guys, it's Blind Dolly Girl and welcome back to my channel where we review dolls and toys with our hands. I appreciate you stopping by today. So for today's video, it is going to be short. I do apologize. I had a longer video planned, but I'm actually not feeling that well today. But I still wanted to be able to give you guys a video, so this is going to be slightly on the shorter side, but equally still fun. So for today's video, I'm really excited. We are looking at the kitchen again. We're looking at the kitchen again right now because we're using it, actually, because last week I picked up from Target the Our Generation Brewed For You coffee maker set. Oh my goodness, it is so cool. Okay, so first off, a very small backstory. So I had the American Girl coffee shop. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece. So well done. Just heavy, so many details. It was just amazing. I did do a review on that set. I will link it down below. So if you haven't seen it yet, you are able to. Anywho, well, about a month ago or so, maybe a month and a half ago, I was doing a little rearranging and I have a set of storage bins. Let's see if I can show you guys. I think I've shown them here before, but like these storage bins here, these plastic ones, hopefully you can see that. They're Storelite storage bins. And like I said, I was doing some rearranging and I was like, well, I'll just put this coffee shop up here for like 2 seconds. Not a good idea. Don't do that. I was in my chair grabbing something real fast and I heard this big kaboom crash. And for a second, I actually thought my boyfriend got hurt. I was like, what? Are you okay? It turns out he was fine. The coffee shop fell from an extremely high height off of those storage bins and it just crumbled to pieces. The top was completely ripped off. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else was up with it. There was definitely like scratches and things, like parts of the wood looked chipped. It was bad. There was more to it, but those are the parts that I can remember. And Blind Dolly Girl is not a fixer-upper. I'm not a DIYer. I'm not a customizer. I don't do well with like glue and scissors. Well, scissors I can like open stuff with, but that's about the extent of that. So I did the perhaps not advisable thing and just kind of got rid of the coffee shop. Still miss it. But to replace it, I picked up the, like I said, Our Generation Brewed For You coffee maker. So we are going to get the first piece here, if I can find it. Hang on. Nope. Where did it go? We just had it here. See, this is the problem about being blind, guys. Sometimes this happens quite frequently. Nope, 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 nope. 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 Ah, here we go. Knew I'd find it. Okay. So this first piece here, this is the coffee maker itself. I don't know the color, maybe pink, I don't know. If you happen to know, please tell me in the comments down below, either here or on Instagram, because I really want to know. So this is the coffee pot, it's coffee maker itself. It's square. It feels very much like the coffee maker from the American Girl kitchen. It's like square and small, and the top of it here, hopefully you can see this, the top of it here just has like these lines with no, the American Girl one had like an actual coffee grind area, like a lathe you could actually lift up and feel like the coffee grind inside. This has none of that. It's just all these lines here separate. And then we have this, what feels like this drip tray here. So water can go in it. Nothing removes. This doesn't come out or anything. It'd be really cool if it did, because we actually have in our home a real coffee maker that feels very much like either this one or the American Girl one. And I think a couple extra pieces of slight realism would have been nice, but still a fun set. So this coffee maker has 3 buttons on the top here. And then on the bottom, on the face in the right side, you have like this little hook thing that you can move from side to side, presumably for water and such. So this has 3 buttons. I think the American Girl one had 4 buttons because that one did do steam. This one does not steam. And it was actually so funny. I was telling my boyfriend, I was showing him it actually, and he was pretty upset that this one didn't steam. And I was like, well, no, it doesn't. So anywho, no steam on this one. But you have 4 buttons. And what I love about these buttons is they're hearts. Hopefully you can see that, but they're little hearts. I love that so much. So battery's already installed. That's how it is with most our generation play sets and accessories. Batteries already do come installed. Love that. So you can press this first button. And it's like coffee grinding. Second button. Sounds like water dripping. And what I really love with this is that just like on a real coffee pot, you know, or coffee maker, when the, you know, coffee is like starting to be, like ending, right? Its cycle of like brewing, there's that vibration sound, that, and then the drip sound, and then the vibration sound turns off and the drip sound continues for a little bit. So that was done really, really well. On the American Girl coffee maker, the milk frother is actually a button. Here it's a dial. So here on the very right-hand side, we do have a little dial that we can turn. If I can do it one-handed, it can be tricky. Turn for me. Turn for me. There we go. So there's that. And then you can turn it. What I find it really interesting is you can turn it to the left or the right and it'll turn on. And also you can, and when it's actually gonna start making the sound, there's a very defining, like, not click exactly, but feel to it. Kind of like, feels like it sticks into place, if you will. The only other thing I have to say about this coffee pot that I do appreciate is you can turn on and off the sounds really easily. I don't recall if you can do this with the AG one or not, but with this one, if you press, say, the brew button, oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. Turn it off. Very, very, very easy, very, very cool. So that is the coffee pot. So we'll take that out of the way. Next up, we get some cups, because you have to have cups if you have a coffee maker, right? So this cup here is a regular coffee cup. There's nothing in it. It's empty. You can put whatever you want in it. And it's round, and it has a very wide top. This could actually be either a coffee cup or a tea cup. And then there's a handle on the right-hand side. I believe it's maybe white. Don't quote me. I technically have no idea, just a guess. Very thin plastic, very, very thin plastic. And as a matter of fact, if I take my finger, so you can see this, there's really rough detail on the edges. It's not smooth all the way around. And I think that's just because of the kind of plastic that's used, but it's not, yeah, it's definitely feels very rough around the edges. So there's that cup. The next cup we get, I think this is a cappuccino cup, maybe? But this cup is very similar to the other one. It's a little on the smaller side, has the same texture around the top, like the edges. Also has a handle on the right-hand side, or left, depending on how you're holding it. I always hold my cups with the right, but I'm right-handed. And then inside, we actually do get some molded coffee detail. So this is really fun and nice because it feels actually really good. It's smooth. It's a really smooth texture for the molding inside to be like coffee. And you do have some little lines and some very tiny amount of some squiggles and some indents to kind of act like cream, I think, which is really cool. Last coffee we get is, I think this might be a latte, maybe, but I'm not sure. It's a giant tall cup. It's tall, super tall, way taller than any of the others. And it's much skinnier around the like top. It doesn't have like a large top at all to actually drink the coffee out of. And it also is slightly rough around the rim of the glass, but it is not as bad. It's a little smoother. You get your handle on the right side, and you get obviously like the base on the bottom. All of these come like with a little base. And then inside, for the actual coffee detail inside, this feels much more like not as smooth. I mean, it's still smooth because it's molded plastic, but I hope you know what I mean. It's more like, there's more like a bump details here. Lots of bumps, lots of little bumps in here. I would count them, but then I think I'd be here. I think we'd be here all day. There's tons. There's tons. Mostly feels like bumps. Maybe a squiggle here and there, but mostly just bumps. So there's those. So those are all the coffee pots. Coffee. Yes, you get multiple coffee pots in this set. No, coffee cups in this set. The other two items we get are 2 cannolis. I had to have these. Even when I was looking at the American Girl coffee shop, like when I had it, I still wanted this set just for the cannolis. So these are really cool. I'll show you. They are identical. So the cannolis itself, like the dough part, is rubber, like a rubber texture, and then inside there's molded plastic to be the cream. Now the cream is like, how would I describe that? It reminds me of almost like rigid. That's what I'm going for. Kind of like a rigid texture. There's several different like bumps from huge to little ones, and it kind of slopes up and down. It's very like coarse. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So you get 2 of these, and they're pretty long. This is what it looks like in my hand. I apologize to my fellow blind and or visually impaired listeners and or watchers. I'm not good with like size in terms of like inches and millimeters and things sometimes, so I can't really give you a estimate on like how big this might be, but maybe someone else who's watching, if you can see this, you can comment and let us all know. That'd be great. Okay, so there's those 2 pieces. The other item we get in this set, let me see. Oh, we were supposed to get a spoon, but I'm not sure where it is, so we get a piece that you just heard fall out. We also get this is the last piece because I don't know where the other pieces are. The other pieces we got were like 2 plates that are really thin, really thin. Don't actually recommend them. They feel like they could break easy. And then just a little teeny tiny, what feels almost like a water pitcher. But this here is a sugar bowl. The sugar bowl itself is plastic, again, thin plastic. And then inside you have your sugar cubes. These are fun because they're rough in texture, so they do kind of feel like that sugar cube consistency a little bit. And then you can feel each individual pretty much sugar cube. There's like 1, 2, 3, like 3 giant sugar cubes on top that you can feel, with presumably way more underneath. You cannot take these out, but it's still really fun. And then we get a lid for on top of the sugar cubes. The lid doesn't stay on very well, which is disappointing. But other than that, it's a really fun set and a really fun sugar cube bowl. I've really been wanting a sugar cube bowl, so super happy that I got this. And then we can lift it up. See, this is how I have to lift it up. I'm holding it in my right hand with 2 fingers, holding the lid down to make sure it does not come off. And then we're just gonna slide it on the very tippy top of the pantry and put it in there. And there we go. That is the Our Generation Brewed For You coffee maker. So we're gonna put the coffee maker to the left of the stove here. If I can get it to go back in nice and neat. It was sitting here beautifully earlier. Okay, that's good enough. And then, you know what? Let's see, what do we wanna make? We'll make a latte. Put a latte in the coffee maker here. And then we'll put the other cups in the shelf underneath where the spoons go. And then we will put the cannolis here. Sorry, that's my knee you just saw. We'll put the cannolis here underneath in the fridge. And now everything's all cleaned up and we're ready to make some coffee. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and for coming and checking out my short review. I'm sorry this was a little shorter this week, but like I said, I'm not really feeling that great, so next week's will be longer, or will not be longer, but will be of a more, how do I say that? I don't want to make this set feel like it's not, you know, like big enough, but you know what I mean? Like a slightly larger set. So, but this week was just this really small piece. By the way, this did cost $19.99 at Target. I had it shipped to my home. So with shipping and taxes and everything for me, it came out to be about $27. Still a really good deal, I think, for what you got. And yeah, so that's really awesome. Still available at Target right now. So if you would like it, I highly recommend it. And I think that's it for now, guys. Please join me next Sunday for another really exciting reviews. And who knows, maybe this week, maybe, if I have time, you might get a review as well, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Somewhere around there. I will keep you guys up to date and let you know. But if not, remember, Sundays now are my video days, as always. And if I ever cannot make that day, I will be sure to let you guys know. All right, guys, thank you so much, like I said again, for watching. If you've been enjoying these Review by Touch videos and learning about dolls and toys from a different point of view, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button so you'll never miss one of Blind Dolly Girl's videos. If you'd like to, please follow me on Instagram, where occasionally I will post pictures of my dolls, and as well as videos over there. That is Blind Dolly Girl, same as YouTube, but Blind Dolly Girl XO. So there's an XO at the end. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.